This is a challenging subject. Sports are risky, as we all know. Nearly everyone who has played sports at some point in their lives will be able to describe an injury they have had. It's just the way things are in athletics. Well, if you think about it, just existing poses a risk. But some sports, particularly the more severe ones, have a level of danger that is unmatched by any other activity. Identifying which ones are the most dangerous here is the difficult part. Cheerleading and fishing can be in the top 10 if you include the total amount of injuries. It's unexpected, isn't it? It could appear like skydiving is generally a safer sport than football if you consider the amount of people that participate in each sport. Consider the deaths, and climbing Everest tops the list with more than 1 death every 10 climbers. That is, if you classify it as sport rather than a suicide attempt. Given these facts, we've tried to come up with a list of the 10 most dangerous sports in the world. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 10. Big wave surfing. Although large wave surfing is the next step for the sport's masters, surfing looks awesome. The excitement starts when the brave enough surfers are towed onto the waves to catch them because the waves can reach scary heights. However, the risk increases in direct proportion to how much pleasure is had because surfing a 100-foot wave is not without risks. The major risks of this activity include drowning and being slammed against underwater rocks, so being pulled under such a wave is not something to take lightly. Number 9. Downhill mountain biking. When it comes to having a pleasant vacation into nature, mountain biking is a popular hobby. Downhill mountain biking, which involves traveling as quickly as possible over cliff edges, rock outcroppings, and trees, is the extreme variation of the sport or the most enjoyable. However, this type of enjoyment frequently results in severe fractures, brain and spinal injuries, internal bleeding, organ damage, and even worse. Number 8. Auto racing. Car racing is undoubtedly one of the riskiest sports there is, with hundreds of kilograms of metal wrapped around you, speeds of up to 150 miles per hour on hard. You may believe that as technology has advanced, the safety of the suits and helmets and, by extension, the total safety of the driver in a race car, has increased. However, technology has both positive and negative effects. Cars are traveling much quicker than before, and collisions are also becoming more violent. On racing circuits all across the world, there have been more than 40 fatalities since 2001. Number 7. Motorbike racing. Motorbike racing is riskier than automobile racing since the rider isn't enclosed in the kind of robust cage that race cars have in case of an accident. Add to that the competition to cross the finish line first while traveling down the track at an average speed of 120 miles per hour. The Isle of Man Tourist Trophy, which is regarded as the world's most hazardous race, is also an option if regular motorcycle competitions aren't thrilling enough for you. It is certain to send chills down the backs of many people and provide the right thrills for a mad few to race down public roads at high speeds while dodging obstacles, stone walls, and residences that are only a few feet away. Number 6. Heli-skiing. What do you do if a ski resort is no longer sufficient? Oh well, you pay a helicopter pilot to fly you up some of the most scary snow-capped peaks in the world, then you pay a skier to take you down the mountain while you attempt to stay alive the entire time. For winter adrenaline addicts, heli-skiing is arguably the most intense sport out there. We are aware that many individuals are afraid of flying, particularly when using a helicopter. However, that is the riskiest and least enjoyable aspect of this sport. The best part of skiing is going downhill. If you don't die in the meanwhile in an avalanche, freeze to death in poor weather far from civilization, or fall off a cliff. Number 5. Swooping. There is little doubt that skydiving falls under the category of extreme sports, but few people are aware of the relatively recent discipline of swooping. Participants in the game claim that it is much more exciting and fun than traditional skydiving. If you can classify bungee leaping as routine, skydivers must fly as quickly as they can while swooping, also known as canopy piloting, to get as near to the ground as they can. There are currently several swooping competitions happening all over the world, as well as numerous injuries and fatalities, as one could anticipate from such a sport. Swooping has generated a lot of debate even within the skydiving community at large, and many participants question whether. Number 4. Wingsuit flying. The majority of people probably haven't ever heard of wingsuit flying, although this activity has advanced significantly since it first began in the middle of the 1990s. Longer and farther flights are possible thanks to the obtained rate of fall, which is about 80% lower than for a standard skydive. And just for that, Skydivers and base jumpers all over the world accepted it widely. Wingsuiters are pushing the boundaries of what is possible for humans, from breaking new distance records and flying in formation, to flying as near as possible to mountain slopes, rock cliffs, and forests. These risky endeavors do, however, occasionally fail, and the sport takes a toll. Since 2002, 162 deaths have been officially documented. As of this writing, the latest 2 occurred in December 2018. Number 3. Free solo rock climbing. Free soloing doesn't allow you the chance to escape from some intense fun in one piece, even if you have a parachute on your back. To begin with, rock climbing is a difficult, demanding, and dangerous sport. There aren't many individuals out there who do it for those same reasons, despite the ropes, harnesses, and safety equipment. Then there is free solo climbing, which denotes that no equipment is utilized throughout the ascent other than climbing shoes and chalk. Without ropes, harnesses, or any other safety equipment, the climber's every mistake has the potential to result in death. Or at the absolute least, seriously life-threatening injuries. The well-known climbers who attempt free soloing depend solely on their skills. Number 2. High-altitude mountaineering. High-altitude climbing ranks second on our list of the 15 most dangerous sports in the world, with a 1 in 10 probability of dying while attempting to scale the highest summits of the Himalayas. Since the initial ascent in 1922, 297 deaths have been officially documented on Everest alone. The dangers of ascending tall mountains are mostly caused by the dearth of oxygen at such high altitudes. Simply put, humans were not designed to live up there. To give you an idea, if you put a person over 8,000 meters, they would expire from lack of oxygen in less than 2 minutes. In the language of mountaineers, those heights are frequently referred to as the death zone, because human existence is impossible above them. Add to that the numerous medical ailments brought on by the frequently terrible weather, such as avalanches, falls, crevasses, ice collapse, frostbite, and others. Number 1. Base jumping. There are many risky sports, but since base jumping's beginning, it seems to be killing more and more people every year. If you stop to think about it, you can see that there aren't many possibilities of surviving if you jump over a cliff or the top of a tall structure. BASE, which stands for Building, Antenna, Span, and Earth, is an acronym that means literally to leap from anything that is high enough for a parachute to open fully before touching down. That is high enough for a parachute to open fully before touching down. You mean plain and simple? This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.